Hello, and welcome to yet another famous podcast with Money Matters with Mike Hill and Casey Harding, right here with Hill Financial Group. We are the
financial experts.
planning firm in Ellis County, but we're going worldwide with the YouTube. Thank you, by the way, for all the likes, the shares, all the subscriptions. I think we're up to 600 followers now, or subscriptions on YouTube, so we're really thankful for that. We've got over 50 podcasts now out there covering everything and anything.
Yep.
So we're trying to get this to where me and Casey, we started this over a year ago. We're like, we want to do something a little bit more than ChatGPT and Google.
Yep.
Hopefully it's in more practical terms. We know we have a lot of clients that have commented on it. So today's a big one. Today we're going to talk about Social Security and kind of timing myths. You know, everybody says I want to start it earlier, I want to start a little bit later.
Yeah.
All the things, and me and Casey, I don't know about you, but I get this question all the time: is it going to still be there? Should I do it at 62?
For sure.
Literally, and
Legitimate questions.
when it comes to retirement income, true or false? Social Security for over 70% of Americans are the largest part of their retirement income.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, so I mean, so that's how we do this in this office. We set each other, but right now, the first topic I'm going to talk about is why does Social Security timing even matter? Why does it matter if I take it at 63 or 65 or 70? It's basically, like we said, the biggest income source during retirement for most retirees, especially if you had a husband and wife that both worked. But we're going to talk about how even if one of the spouses didn't work, how you could claim Social Security.
Yep.
It can affect your monthly benefit, not just for this year, but for life.
Yep.
It can affect your taxes. Timing decisions also impact spousal benefits. And I get this all the time. Well, I want to take it at 62. Okay, great. But what if you die at 65? Now your wife gets that widow benefit, but that's all she gets for the rest of her life.
Right.
When if maybe you waited a couple of years. So, I'm going to just kind of let you kind of go over that, the key ages of even when you can get Social Security. I get clients that think you can take it at 60. So you kind of go over the.
So, yeah, I mean, the very earliest that you can take your Social Security benefit would be age 62. You're going to get a reduced benefit at that point if you do take it then, and not your full retirement age benefit. So there's that component to consider. There's also if you continue working for every $2 over a certain amount of income, they start reducing your Social Security benefits. So those are kind of some things to consider there if you take it prior to your full retirement age. The full retirement age for most people at this point is going to be between 66 and 67, kind of depending on when your birthday was in those years. And then your kind of max out your Social Security benefit would be at age 70. So for every year that you wait, every year that you wait past your full retirement age, you would get an additional 8% of this, or every year of your Social Security benefit. So if you were eligible at 67, you waited till 68 to start taking the benefit, you would get an 8% increase on what your full Social Security benefit would have been. If you wait till 69, you get another 8%. Wait till 70, you get another 8%. So there's just lots of things to consider, lots to look at and go, when is the best time to take that Social Security benefit, depending on what's going on with your expenses and retirement planning and what all is involved there. So we run that analysis to figure that out.
And that's important. It's 8%. And I've had a client that's come to me with this, just to throw this out there as a scenario. I don't need it, which, first of all, if you don't need it, you're good. Why take it? Because it's going to be taxed if you make more than the limits. But you're getting 8%. Well, to your point, okay, I'm going to take it the first year. I'm going to put this $30,000 over here and invest it. Okay, you're probably going to have to make 10%. That money's after tax money with Social Security. You're going to have to make 10% of that money if you're going to put it in an account to probably net 8. So the 8% a year, it's not a lot of things I can look my client in the eye and go, I guarantee you're going to get a tax deferred 8% return every year that you wait on this.
For sure.
So that's a huge point that you made. Now we're going to go over myths, okay? Because we get these all the time. Myth number one. Yes, I got to put the readers on for this. Myth number one. Saying I should always take it at 62.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit this one. I get this all the time. And some of the clients, I'm going to send this as an email to you, and you know who you are. Some claim early during, necessity of lifestyle. They had to retire early. They got laid off early. Mike, I just don't have enough of my benefits to give it to me. I get that. I understand that. But none of us know when we're going to die. And, my grandmother, for example, was 97 years old and she passed away. Her Social Security benefits were $1,100 a month.
Yeah.
You're not living on $1,100 a month right now. And, well, Mike, I have retirement. Yeah, but she retired at 60. How many people out there have 37 years worth of income in their retirement account? I could tell you about working with them. Some do, not all do.
Sure.
So early claiming may definitely reduce your benefits. I think it's somewhere around close to only 70% of your benefits if you take it at 62 versus 66, 67. And also, it can if you have longevity in your family, if you have health in your family. But this is the one that I think a lot of men miss. We feel like we're invincible, all the things. Oh, we're never going to get sick, whatever it may be. Well, whatever your Social Security is, let's say your wife's is smaller. Whatever your Social Security is, when you die, that benefit goes. She doesn't keep hers. Whichever one's higher is when they send. The Social Security benefit you were getting is now what your wife claims. So now that is her benefit. What if she lives to 90, 95? Okay, so it isn't just based on your life as I need to look at it. It's based on both of your lives. So I'm not a big fan of taking it at 62 at all. It's almost one of those emergency situations. And I don't have it in here. Another thing that you could do if you had to take it early, I've had this happen with a client that was trying to finance a business. He took his Social Security until he can get a bank loan. If you paid it back in full within the first year, they'll reset it for you. It's like you never taken it. So that's another thing. So Casey, you're going to hit me with the other. Yeah, 62. You hit me with the other myth.
So the other myth is you should always wait until 70. That is a myth out there, but it's also people think like, well, I want that 8% and I want that extra 8. I'm going to max it out, get as much as I can. So some of the things to consider there is like Mike's mentioned, is there longevity in your family? If there's not, do we go ahead and take it, before 70 so we can get those benefits going? So there's lots of factors and considerations. So it's case by case when we're asking, clients, to try to figure out like, should they wait? But the other thing to consider there is, really just what is your retirement income, kind of source of where you're going to be distributing funds. If you are waiting, how does that affect the accounts over the long term? And so I had a recent, client, was asking like, should I just wait to my full retirement age? Should I get that extra, wait till 70? And we just ran all the, different scenarios to see, which one actually made the outcome at the end better. And it ended up being actually going ahead and taking it a year early was actually going to make the outcome better at the end of the day. So it's just, you never know. Everybody's case by case. So there's not a one, solution for every person out there. And so that's why when people ask us these questions, we always say it depends. And so
we're not doing it like a parent saying it depends.
No,
it literally have the depth.
Yeah. So, but that's why we love doing what we do and try to help find those financial solutions for people. So,
and I think another thing to think about when you take Social Security is not to forget that if you're married and you make over $44,000 a year, that right now currently over 85% of your Social Security is taken. Not 85%, but 85% of your Social Security. So in saying that, if I have a client that has a lot in Roth IRAs and maybe has an IRA, you know, what we'll do is maybe take a little bit out of the IRA so we can reduce the RMD, because once you hit 73 right now, you may have to take 50, 60,000 out of your IRA that now makes your Social Security maxed out of taxes. So to that point, 70 sometimes it sounds great. Let's wait for but it might be actually better to take it a year or two. Now 62, you'll know how I feel about that. 62 is. Man, you're
it's gonna.
And I don't know if we talked about it. Another thing, and I apologize, because 90% of my clients are my age or older, unfortunately. So I will say that another myth, and we don't even have it on a sheet, is that Social Security is based on your last 40 quarters of work. It is based on your best 40 quarters. So let's say Casey. He hits it big as a golfer. He's Jordan Spieth in his 20s. and he made $2 million for 10 years or whatever, 5 years. And now you get to be 60 years old and you're only making 100 grand a year. I'll count your last 40. Those years when you're making 2 million on the peak, yeah, hey, count towards it. So I will say the myth that I want to talk about, I get this all the time. Well, they're going to run out of money.
Yeah.
Social Security is going to go broke. And I understand that. I understand that thinking because 10,000 people a day are turning 65 years old. The baby boomers are leaving the workforce. But, and this is something that the government is definitely working on, there has been adjustments to Social Security that have increased Social Security tax that come out of our checks right now at least twice in the last 10 years. I think that continues. It's going to be harder on the younger generation. But what everybody has to remember, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but Social Security now, there's not just a big pot. It is a Ponzi scheme. What I mean by that, it's not a scheme that you won't get your money. By Ponzi scheme, I mean the money that me and Casey are paying into Social Security is going to a sweet little old lady. Yeah, it's on crack. Now, it's not like it's saving here being invested. Yeah. It's automatically taken out. This is what happened to Japan. The United States is very, very aware of it. Japan has a mortality issue. What I mean by that is people are living a lot longer and they didn't procreate on the same rate. That is, Elon Musk has written a couple of papers about it. It's happening in the United States. Now, everybody thinks the world's overpopulated. Well, if we don't have enough workers paying into Social Security and people are living longer, et cetera, it can be kind of a stress on the system. But what I think is going to happen is, number one, that is why the government is giving you things like Roth IRAs. That is why the government
They're trying to incentivize.
Yes. They are incentivizing you to be your own retirement plan as opposed to Social Security. So we've said that in 50 different podcasts. You have to pay yourself like a bill more than ever. But I think what will happen is it won't go broke. They'll just make adjustments to the Social Security, just like they did in the 80s. What are they going to do? They're going to raise the retirement limit like they already have twice because people are living longer. And so, but to everybody's point, when Social Security was created, the average person died at 68, 67 years old. You take it, it's back then it was 60. It was only for 8 years. Yeah. Now it may be 30.
Yes.
So that's where we have to do a little
Things have changed in that.
retirement age too. I want you to kind of go over when you do have other income, like what we've talked about, IRAs and Roth IRAs, rental properties, what that does with Social Security.
Yeah. So if you are taking out from a pension plan or retirement income coming out of IRAs, investments. So these are things that we've taken into consideration to figure out, which buckets of money that we should pull from for your income. Because if we take it out of your investments that are non-retirement related, that is not considered income. So we can get that money out, keep you under that income limit so that your Social Security benefit doesn't become taxable. But there is once you reach age 73 now, you start having an RMD. There's, if you have large IRA accounts, you're probably going to get to a place where you're going over that limit. And so we try to just look at all of those considerations and look into the future and go, what is going to be the best, buckets for us to pull from to make sure you're maintaining your lifestyle, you have enough income coming in from the other sources. The other things to look at is really just making sure that we are, the strategies that we're implementing are going to best benefit you. So.
Yeah, I mean, and we kind of talked about it. I know spousal and survival considerations. This could take a whole podcast by itself, but know what the spousal benefit is, especially if you have a spouse that has not worked for 40 quarters. Maybe she was a stay-at-home mom. Maybe, she was, which that's the hardest job. But but she gets at least, in some cases, at full retirement age, up to 50% of what her husband's is. Meaning, if her husband's getting $3,000, she may qualify for $1,500, even if she never paid $1 of Social Security into it. But it also is the case if you've been married for 10 years and you get a divorce. As long as you've been married for 10 years to somebody, not your car or anything, just the actual person. I'd say that but anyway, if you've been married for 10 years or longer, you can claim spousal benefit on your former spouse. So that is a huge thing. And I'll be honest with you, it isn't like Social Security when you go in there to meet goes, hey, here's all the ways you could get us for more money. Be educated, meet with somebody like me or Casey, a financial advisor, a tax accountant, somebody that knows the rules of Social Security, because Social Security should be one of the biggest planning tools of your retirement income portfolio. It isn't just, this is when I'm going to start it. It's also survivor considerations. If I was to die, if I take it at 63, like we said earlier, that's all my wife would get if I was to die. I'm giving up 8% a year for her to inherit when we get this. Maybe I take out a life insurance policy, maybe for a small amount, that covers me just in case I die early with the excess from Social Security from waiting. I mean, something like that, because it's tax-free. Speaking of taxes, Social Security, it's very low limits. The limits haven't been changed since 1982, I believe. Meaning if you make more than $32,000 as a couple, 50% of your Social Security is taxable. And if you make more than $44,000, 85% of your Social Security is taxable. Another thing is I get clients all the time, well, I'm 63, 64, I want to take Social Security, even up to 65. I can't remember the number. I know it's right under 30,000. If you make more than $30,000 a year and you're 65 or younger taking out Social Security, every dollar, let's just say it's 30, and I'll get the real number, and I apologize. It's off the top of my head. But if it's over, every dollar that's over 30, 50 cents of your Social Security isn't taxed. It's taken away. And how can they do that? They get it straight from your W-2 when you're doing it. So huge, huge implications. I get clients all the time like, yeah, you can work part-time, but come October, if you made 30 grand, you need to be leaving the job. Or something. So you definitely need to coordinate your Social Security strategy with your CPA. How much are you going to pay in tax on it before we elect it? Meet with somebody like me or Casey, hopefully with me or Casey, but that's something I know we do at every meeting when somebody retires is we go over Social Security planning. It isn't a 5-minute meeting. That's a 30-minute to an hour meeting just going over the Social Security strategy, because that's probably one of the biggest. It could be $1 million to $2 million in a lifetime if we do it right. Plus, and I'll leave this alone, teachers now qualify for some Social Security. That's a new thing that changed. So that's something to look at. My mother finally got a Social Security check after not getting one for 30 years. She's now getting one because she worked a little bit on top of being a teacher. So that's something to look at. What are some factors to consider when you claim, Casey?
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of covered these throughout the podcast, and we just look at health, longevity, your life expectancies, retirement savings, and other income sources that you have, kind of work plans after retirement. What are you going to do? With your time, and then just personal lifestyle goals. I mean, those are really the main factors to take into consideration. And I don't know if you have anything else before we wrap up, Mike. But
no, that's great. I think that the part-time work at 62, 63, 64, 65 is the biggest thing that I'm seeing right now. People wanting to retire early, but they want a little bit extra income. 1,000% be sure. I get that a lot. I get guys that are 64 and they'll go work for their old company as a consultant. Just make sure you don't go over that dollar amount, because, man, you lock in your Social Security rate, and now 50% of it is taken after. You may have none. It's meant to get your Social Security. And it's a huge mistake. I've seen people do that and didn't talk to a financial advisor talking about it. I think the point that me and Casey are trying to make is, no, we don't work for the Social Security office, but we also don't work for the IRS. Our job is to maximize as much after-tax income for you during retirement. Social Security is a big piece of that pie. Work with the financial advisor. Don't try to guess it, because I assure you, forgive me, when you call the Social Security office, they're not going to have an action plan for you. They're not going to go over your income. They're not going to tell you what's the most tax efficient way or when you're going to start. They say, let me see your Social Security card. Let me see your date of birth. Let me see if you're married. All right, here, that's what you get. Next, that's how it's going to go. And it may not be the most optimum time to take Social Security. So all those people out there turning 65, 10,000 of you a day, before you go into the Social Security office, please meet with an advisor. Don't just Google or Chat GPT it. Please have an income plan, I guess would be my closing argument. There's no best age. I think we've proven that. Know your family health. But again, Casey, I love doing these with you. This is a good one. We try to make Social Security as interesting as we can on our podcast. But if this sparks some interest with you, please let us know. Please put a comment in the video. We've been getting some comments from clients wanting us to do some different podcasts, which is really helping some ideas. But like, share, post, tag, all the things, all the lingo on social media. We really appreciate it. And until next time, I'm Mike Hill.
Casey Harding.
This is Money Matters with Hill Financial Group.
Yep.